You know what's crazy? Everyone thinks they already know how this story is going to end, but I'm not buying it just yet. There are a few things happening behind the scenes that could completely change the direction of this team, and honestly, I don't think enough people are talking about them. Some of the latest developments have made this whole situation a lot more interesting than it looked just a few weeks ago. So stick around, because by the end of this video, you might see everything a little differently. So click the like button and write in the comments, "Go Vikings!" Something is happening inside the Minnesota Vikings that could define not only the 2026 season, but the future of the franchise. For weeks, the expectation around the league has been that the quarterback situation was already decided. Most analysts, betting markets, and fans have treated Kyler Murray as the overwhelming favorite to be under center in Week 1. But the latest reporting has introduced an unexpected twist that completely changes how training camp should be viewed. If this competition truly lasts until the beginning of the regular season, then everything we thought we knew about the Vikings' plans deserves another look. According to Ian Rappaport, the quarterback battle is expected to continue throughout training camp and could extend all the way to the start of the regular season. That is a significant development because many believed this competition existed only on paper. The common assumption was that a handful of practices would be enough before Kevin O'Connell officially named Murray the starter. Instead, this report suggests the Vikings may actually be committed to evaluating both quarterbacks until they are absolutely convinced they have the right answer. That possibility immediately raises the stakes for every practice and every preseason game. If the coaching staff is serious about making this an authentic competition, then performances cannot be ignored. Every throw, every decision, every drive becomes meaningful. If J.J. McCarthy shines during preseason action while Murray struggles, the coaching staff would be expected to respond accordingly by adjusting first-team repetitions. Otherwise, calling it a competition would lose credibility. This is exactly why Kevin O'Connell's handling of the situation deserves close attention. If he wanted to create only the appearance of competition, the process would be simple. Allow both quarterbacks to participate in a few early practices. Announce Murray as QB1 within the first week, and move on. But if the battle continues beyond those initial sessions and remains open after the first preseason game, it would send a very different message. It would indicate that O'Connell is willing to let performance determine the outcome rather than reputation or outside expectations. That approach makes sense considering the pressure surrounding the Vikings this season. Minnesota cannot afford to make the wrong decision at the most important position on the field. While Murray brings experience and is still widely viewed as the favorite, there is no guarantee he will automatically outperform a developing J.J. McCarthy over the course of an entire season. Betting odds may strongly favor Murray, but football games are not decided by odds. Even Adam Schefter has suggested that the competition should not be dismissed too quickly. While many observers have essentially crowned Murray as the starter already, Schefter indicated he is not ready to completely rule out McCarthy. The probability may still heavily favor Murray, but acknowledging that McCarthy has a legitimate opportunity, even if it is only a small one, keeps the conversation alive. Perhaps one of the most revealing comments came from Justin Jefferson during a recent conversation with Kevin Clark. When discussing McCarthy, Jefferson focused on the young quarterback elevating his play and competing aggressively for the starting role. But when he spoke about Murray, his emphasis shifted. Instead of discussing physical talent, Jefferson highlighted leadership. That distinction should not be overlooked. Jefferson openly described Murray as a proven playmaker, but stressed the importance of embracing the leadership role this team needs. Those comments naturally place additional expectations on Murray. Leadership has been one of the biggest questions surrounding him throughout his career, and now one of the Vikings' most respected voices has indirectly reinforced how important that quality will be inside Minnesota's locker room. For Murray, this becomes an opportunity as much as a challenge. If he embraces that responsibility, commands the offense, and proves he can unite the team, many of the lingering concerns surrounding his leadership could quickly disappear. But if those questions remain unanswered while McCarthy continues showing growth, the coaching staff could find itself facing a much tougher decision than anyone expected just a few months ago. As for McCarthy, there is another critical question that nobody can answer until training camp unfolds. Just how much has he improved? Development is expected from a 23-year-old quarterback, but improvement comes in different forms. Has he taken the kind of leap that transforms him into a legitimate NFL starter? Or has his progress been more gradual? That answer could determine not only this quarterback competition, but the long-term direction of the Vikings organization. What do you think, Vikings fans? Does J.J. McCarthy have a real chance to win this quarterback battle? Or is Kyler Murray still the clear Week 1 starter, regardless of what happens during training camp? Share your opinion in the comments, because this debate is only getting started. There is another layer to this discussion that makes Kevin O'Connell's decision even more important. This isn't simply about choosing between two quarterbacks. It's about establishing the standard inside the organization. If every player is told that competition matters, then the quarterback position cannot be treated differently. The Vikings have repeatedly talked about earning opportunities, and this training camp is the perfect opportunity to prove that those words are more than just a slogan. At the same time, nobody should ignore reality. Kyler Murray remains the overwhelming favorite for a reason. He has significantly more NFL experience, has played in high-pressure situations, and possesses the athletic ability to change games both with his arm and his legs. If he performs the way many expect, he should absolutely earn the starting job. But earning it is the key phrase. That is exactly what makes this competition healthy for the football team. For McCarthy, the expectations are different. He doesn't necessarily need to dominate every practice. What he needs to demonstrate is consistent growth. Coaches will be watching his command of the offense, his decision-making, his accuracy, and perhaps most importantly, how his teammates respond to him. Quarterback is about far more than statistics. Leadership, confidence, communication, and composure often separate good players from franchise quarterbacks. The second major topic surrounding the Vikings is Kevin O'Connell himself. While opinions on the head coach continue to vary, there is a compelling argument for organizational stability. Constantly changing coaches rarely creates sustained success in the NFL. O'Connell has built a positive culture, assembled a strong coaching staff, and helped establish one of the league's better offensive environments. Even critics acknowledge that he belongs among the NFL's solid head coaches. One of the strongest arguments for keeping O'Connell long-term is the continuity it provides with defensive coordinator Brian Flores. Together, they give Minnesota one of the more balanced coaching combinations in football. Flores has consistently fielded aggressive, disciplined defenses, while O'Connell continues refining the offense. Breaking up that partnership simply because one season falls short could create more problems than it solves. There is also the reality that successful coaches improve over time. Every postseason disappointment becomes another opportunity to learn. Play calling evolves, game management improves, adjustments become sharper. Rather than assuming past playoff losses define O'Connell forever, there is reason to believe those experiences could ultimately make him a better head coach. The Vikings appeared to evolve offensively late in the season by emphasizing better game control and a stronger commitment to the running game, suggesting that adjustments were already taking place. Ultimately, everything comes back to patience and execution. The quarterback competition deserves to be decided on the field, not by preseason expectations. Kevin O'Connell's future should be evaluated over a meaningful sample, not emotional reactions after individual games. And if Minnesota gets both decisions right, the Vikings could position themselves for sustained success rather than chasing short-term fixes. Now it's your turn, Vikings fans. Do you believe Kevin O'Connell is making the right decision by letting this quarterback battle play out? Who should be QB1 when Week 1 arrives, Kyler Murray or J.J. McCarthy? Drop your thoughts in the comments because I want to hear where Vikings Nation stands on this debate. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more exclusive Minnesota Vikings coverage, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest news, rumors, training camp updates, and analysis. As always, SKOL, and I'll see you in the next one.